That means that Carter have moved up to 3rd place now in Team Electric, so I think that's a very the competitive team are doing. A bit of a nudge, but we've got to be a bit patient. And
it looks like car number 28 stopped on the final turn. It's going to affect their time a bit.
So on track we have still Midweida, car number 96, and Stralsund 40. Stralsund have been a very, very quick and skid pan and acceleration, so we're also seeing quite a quick time from Stralsund here. There we see Stralsund just coming out from further around backtrack, going a nice right hand corner, going long left and then straight into the slalom. Perfect, look at that, going through. So let's be patient, see what time they can do to finish their first lap here.
Number 42 is really pushing it there, just going around the final turn. And what time did they get?
That's a good time, 84.35 seconds for a lap. That's very good for Stralsund there. That definitely means that they're still in the top 5, competitive, very good at dynamics, and I can see Stralsund straight away going for a second lap. Nice clean Continental tyres there, I can see, and drivers really hyped up and want to get out to the track and even beat his fast first time. And here Stralsund comes.
So we've just been having a look at the queue. We've got some of our top teams coming up, and they're all pretty close to each other. So I think we're going to have a nice, We've got the combustion car from Polstra. I see Munich out there. We also got the team, the RAT out there. So let's see if any of these teams can beat that time from RAT.
And Stralsund, team that we should be keeping our eyes on at the moment. And this second lap definitely looks very good. The driver's very smooth in the corners. Fast brake. See how he can brake this. Brakes very late. Oversteers. Does not clip a cone, so no cone there. That's great. And let's have a look at that. 81.98 seconds. Well, congratulations there to Stralsund, who got another 3 seconds off their second lap. That's definitely brilliant performance for their first driver.
We've got another English team out now, car number 24, University of Liverpool. They're out with their second driver. Oh, it looks like car number 68 from Pforzheim has spun out. Looks like they may have a suspension failure. This might mean that the other cars out on track are going to get a rerun. Oh, he's got his engine running again. Oh, I think our intelligence officer mistaken. Looks like they're fine. They carry on going, car number 68. That was their first lap, so hopefully the next time round they can get a good time. Congratulations, car number 68. You've completed your first lap of the Autocross today. car number 24 are just about to cross their line. They got a time of 94.36.
Number 67 coming around the last corner, so the Norwegian car. And I've been noticing a lot of cars have got the problem that they bendy trend, so that really makes it very difficult to drive to keep control of the car when they bottom up on the track, don't you?
Yeah, I think that's going to be an issue for the teams with wings this year, because they're going to have to really think about their setup, because they want to be as low as possible, but at the same time, if they hit the track, they will get disqualified tomorrow during endurance.
Yeah, the teams definitely need to get good clearance and really need to perform a good setup for tomorrow. Now, I'm just going to keep both eyes shut and say, okay, first time on track, okay guys, if you get it wrong once, don't get it wrong tomorrow. So, yeah, we're really calling out to the team so that we get
So, car number 68, oh no, they skidded on their final turn and stalled. They seem to be doing so well this time round. Let's see if he can get restarted. No, he's managed to restart the car and he's going to cross the line. The team making at least improvement as last time. Well, it was a definite improvement, 105.82.
And here come ETS car number 31. They had a bit of bad luck on the acceleration because their chain broke, so they couldn't actually get any run on the acceleration time. So that definitely means a couple of, 75 points they're definitely going to lose out on. So they definitely need to catch up here and perform great times on the Autocross to even get close to the top 20 of this. So that's really a bit of bad luck for ETS.
Ooh, up next we've got the Ravensburg GFR team. This is their combustion car. Oh, they clipped a cone just as they started. So this lap's not really going to count for them too much. Let's hope that this driver settles down next time round.
And the black car 31 that you see in front of you, that's car ETS coming round now through the slalom. Also very smooth going around the slalom here, coming up to the last very tightly curved long curve right there. Let's see how they do on the long straight. The driver doesn't spin out in the last big.
This car is fast. We've already established that it's a very beautiful car.
And that's 84.59. It's a good time, but definitely isn't good enough. So ETS need to improve in that, but I can see that they're already coming round next. So Aliyah, who have you got on track now?
I've got car number 21 out on track. This is the combustion car from Culture.
And here we have Global Formula Racing, car number 1. There's some sort of technical problem, it's stopped. This means that all the following cars probably getting the red flag now. This doesn't look good. There came some smoke out of the engine, so not quite sure what happened there, but maybe we'll give you any updates as soon as we get them.
So it looks like both Culture teams are getting reruns today.
Yeah, definitely. All cars are now being pointed back to the pits so that they get their next run. So that means that run that they just did doesn't count. They have to restart it. And that really is quite disappointing to see that winner of last year, GFR, already in the Autocross have got some technical difficulties with their engine. They already said they had mapping difficulties at acceleration, and it just proves that their mapping difficulties is also a problem for the Autocross, and they better get that into decent technical working maybe for tomorrow, but we'll have to check up on that later, and hopefully not that that's going to be a damage engine or anything of that sort.
I know they've still got some time. It's not 5. It's almost 5 o'clock now. I think Autocross is going to be going on till 6:30. So if they do have to do some more work on their car, let's hope that it's only something minor, that they'll still be able to come back and get some decent runs in later on.
These night shifts are extremely straining on all the mechanics. They have to work through the night and trying to get the car up to pace again for tomorrow. So we hope it's nothing severe, but I'll have a look on track. There doesn't seem any oil spilled, so it really just seemed, well, we'll keep you posted as soon as we know anything more about it. So waiting now, we've got car 31 ETS going back on track, so the driver's got a bit of an advantage here and already knowing the first couple of corners, and behind that cars will be coming up, but ETS looks very strong on that, so let's keep the fingers crossed and see if they can improve the 84 time from last first run.
And we've got the 2 Karlsruhe cars from the 2 different universities in Karlsruhe. First up, we've got the car number 22 from UAS Karlsruhe. And then afterwards, we have the combustion car from KIT, car number 21. There's too many Karlsruhe teams, isn't there?
Yeah, it's slowly really starting to be a problem, especially for us commentators. I mean, there's the other Stuttgart team, there's the other Graz team, we've got another Regensburg, we've got all so many Karlsruhe teams. It really is difficult to keep track of all these different teams of the same origin of from town.
So, car number 21 is just waiting for the green flag. They're out for their rerun. This is going to be their first lap, I believe.
And it looks like ETS will complete very smooth and going down straight, very hard on the brakes, neatly tidy. Oh, look at that. I think Mickey was quite jealous of that driving. That was nicely done here. So ETS driver, very well done. And now coming out on track is our runner-up from last year, second place from TU Munich. So that's 2 cars on the track. Let's see if they can keep that name up here and get maybe a 78 second car and give Delft a bit of a shock and fright. See if they can get the fastest track time here on the Autocross. So how's Carl's doing, Leah?
Which one?
Yellow and black cars, really, sorry.
So actually we've got UAS Karlsruhe just crossing the line, and they got a time of 87.42, not bad at all. And now we've got car number 21, the other Karlsruhe team. We just realised it's 21 and 22. And they just got a very fast time with their electric and they're just coming around the final turn, and they get a fast time of 78.73.
Now that's a very fast time, but we're getting another very fast car, and that's car number 2 on track, too fast. So we're just going to wait and see, and then maybe we'll give you a short update of the top 3 cars. But that car looks quick. Spielberg, we've seen him on Silverstone. That car has got potential here. Now it goes through the finishing line, doesn't clip any cones as I can see it. So let's have a look at the top zone, and that was TU Munich with a 79. That means Karlsruhe has still got a very fast time, and I think that's the second fastest of the combustion, and ROT has still got the fastest.
So just repeat that. We've got, I think, RAT is still currently the fastest car out there. Close behind we have KIT, car number 21, the combustion, and the car from Munich has just also got the 3rd fastest time out there.
So this means we've got 2 very fast cars. We've got Karlsruhe, car 21, combustion on track, now coming down after that 2 fast. Technical University Munich with car number 2. So we're just going to keep our eyes on this car. Let's see what type. Oh no, they've clipped a cone, so that's definitely 2 seconds. And oh, the other Karlsruhe is smoking. That's a lot of smoke coming out of that. I hope that's not oil, but Aliyah might get a greater look at what's happened there and give you an update.
Find out what's happened.
but that doesn't definitely look as if that's an oil spillage. We've got a big oil spillage coming over, so that means all the cars, even though that's a very pity because we had two very fast cars on track, so they're all getting the yellow flag.
And during that excitement, actually, Karlsruhe KIT just got a new fastest lap. So congratulations to car number 21, you're currently the fastest, and I think you might even be getting a rerun, which so hopefully you can get even faster. So we've currently got a situation here because we have our new fastest lap from Karlsruhe, car number 21, but due to the incident that occurred with the other Karlsruhe team, they are going to get a rerun. What do you think this is going to do to the team?
Well, this is exactly what Mickey and I were talking about earlier on, that if one car has got an oil spillage, and it looks like it, so this really, the teams are going to wait now for the marshals to clean up the track, and this could make it very difficult, especially now that it's the last parts of the track. Luckily not in the corner, but coming off into the last, the final corner and left when they have to pit in, they've really got to watch out there that it doesn't get slippery. It doesn't really make too much of a difference now. They just got to watch out on the last corner so they're not too late on the brakes here because it could be a bit slippery, and it definitely gives them a bit of a better chance now, to be honest. I mean, cars were very fast. Was that actually the fastest time that we saw there on track at the moment?
Yes, that was that. They're currently in a lead with the fastest time. I'm hoping that if this doesn't affect them too much, I'm sure there's going to be arguments later if it does.
Well, we'll just keep our fingers crossed, but those are the rules. If there's safety issues, there always have to be the yellow flag coming out, and if it's a yellow and red flag, that definitely means there's danger on a track. And there's the marshals doing a wonderful job here, cleaning up the track, doing it as fast as possible, while we've got Michigan still waiting up. We've got the rerun from Karlsruhe, and I think Technical University of Munich are going to rerun as well, and they time. Lucky for them though, because Eric kindly noticed and pointed out that they actually clipped 2 tones, so they definitely are going to benefit from that. So Karlsruhe apparently also clipped 1 cone, so that definitely means that both teams are a bit lucky there. And I think that could be an engine part from RIT that I'm seeing. It looks like the Conrod.
The marshals seem to be throwing parts of cars at us right now. Not at us, but off the track, should I say. We're going to send the intelligence officer down to analyze them, to tell us what it is.
So one of the marshals actually part, that was the bottom part of the piston conrod, are stalled suddenly, so it looks like they actually had a piston seizure, and if that's, I'm sorry to say, that's going to be very difficult for them if they can get the car running again for tomorrow, because they actually have to completely out the old and put in their new engine, and that definitely has to be done overnight. So there's a disc on at the restart the race at the moment.
So I've just been informed the teams that have the option to do a rerun, they don't have to, so if they are happy with their times, they're not forced to get a faster time. Apparently Karlsruhe are going to do this because although they have the fastest time so far, we did notice that they clipped a cone, so they're going to have to try and do that again without the cone, maybe next time round.
The other team that also is sitting the rerun is from Technical University of Munich. That was our rider. He's the first driver, hit very fast time, but a bit of bad luck. He also noticed they did clip 2 cones right at the beginning, so both teams, Karlsruhe and TU Munich, are going to go and rerun. And at the moment, Michigan, car number 8, has been reconsidering whether they should be going out because there's still so much oil on track, and the marshals are still doing a wonderful job out there cleaning up the track for our race cars here. They've actually decided not to go out at the moment, and they're going to start waiting. So according to the rules, I've just been updated from Mickey, the Michigan can just not sort of step out the line. They actually have to re-queue. So that's, don't know how many cars are at the queue at the moment, but let's have a small count. At the moment, there's at least 10 cars, 15, or it's like up to 16 or 18 cars in the queue. So that's a long wait if we have a look at 90 minutes per car. So that's 1.5 minutes. And time's running out, to be honest. Under 2 hours. I think we've still got a good 1.5 hours left of the Autocross. What we were talking about this morning, things do happen that do not go according to plan. Actually, make it very stressful to the teams there and perform some good lap times.
Yes, that's definitely the strategy behind it all. It's sort of go early and get your times in, or go later and get faster times in.
And RIT really successfully went with that strategy. They got a very good fast time, so they're definitely in the top 3 at the moment still, so quite happy with that. I think they've got a broad smile on their faces now, knowing that there's an old village, so they can still wait till later on and hopefully get an even faster time if there's even more rubber and grip on the track later on. So I think the marshals are still doing the final stages, and I think working in this heat and direct sunlight, they definitely call for a slight applause for our red shirts, who are again doing a great job cleaning up the track. So a round of applause for our great marshals and red shirts here that are cleaning up the mess after Karlsruhe's slight oil droppage here. Right, we've just got a correct update from our intelligence officer Eric. He just came down to the teams, and now we've got the latest news of the technical that both cars have. First of all, I have to correct myself for GFR, that was not a piston seizure, that was actually a pneumatic problem. So one of the hoses slipped off, and that means that their shift gear was not functioning anymore. They were stuck in a gear, and it completely stalled the engine. That's why it couldn't continue moving. So that does look like a small problem that can fix in the next couple of minutes. So they'll probably be realigning and hopefully maybe at least get one run in here in the Autocross. And with the piston seizure, that definitely now looks like that's the other University of Applied Sciences of Karlsruhe that had a storming exit here on the racetrack with a lot of smoke, and that was all due to a conrod that basically went through the engine and basically ripped a hole in the engine, and that's where the whole oil leakage came through. And looking at the track now, the oil has been nicely cleaned up by our marshals. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for that great applause for our hard-working marshals here on the racetrack. And in a couple of seconds, our first racetracks will be called back and be allowed to race again on our Autocross racetrack here. And I think the first ones coming are car number 21, that's Karlsruhe.
Are they going to get the fastest lap this time, Daniel?
Well, they definitely had a good, they've been waiting on, that means the time they cooled down quite a bit. Let's see.
So on one hand, they've kind of got to worry about the car itself, whether their tyres have cooled down. But on the other hand, it has given the drivers a little chance to sort of think about what the laps they've done so far, and hopefully they're going to be better. I'm getting waved at by the driver. I think he's excited. So it looks like we've got a green track again. Yep, and the car number 21 get the green flag. It's looking very focused.
And next up in line is car number 2, that's Team Munich, who have also decided to get the...
It's looking very focused.
And next up in line is car number 2, that's Team Munich, who have also decided to get the rerun. And I have to correct myself, this is not the rider going on, this is actually Marcos Whelm on behind the steering wheel. So we're going to see Dominic Ryder later on in the second run of first car. So let's have a look back at Karlsruhe going into the U-turn.
Yeah, they're up there at the pendulum, they're still looking really fast. Let's see how they get around the slalom. They're sliding around a bit there. Hopefully that's not affecting their time too much.
And the big loud car that's just passing the grandstand is TU Graz. Now let's see how they can perform, but we'll keep our eyes still focused on Karlsruhe. So Leah, what time do you reckon they're going to do? A good 79 or under time this time?
I don't know, it really depends on how their tyres are affected by the brake. But they're just going around the time they want to, so we're about to get a time. as they cross the line, they get a fast time up. Oh no, they did an off-course past the line, but they still got 79.39.
Yes, but sadly that's exactly what we were talking about. It's very slippery here. They have so much oil still. He tried braking. You can actually see he braked about 5 meters before the finishing line. So we're trying to keep up, but Team Munich did brake a bit and managed not to rush off there. So that's hard, tough luck for Karlsruhe. It means good time for Team Munich, but Team Munich are slightly slower. That probably is because the rider was a bit more cautious and was early on the brakes just on the last bit. But this is racing, and you can see them straining my voice again a bit, getting too overexcited. So Alia, we've got Tio Grazi coming in, and they've always been a good pass. So let's have a look at
this. So now this is their first lap for the day. Unfortunately, they've hit the oil just as they're out, and they do a nice little slide over the finish line and get a nice time of 88.74. So that wasn't a very fast time for them yet, but they've got another lap. I think they're going to come straight back. Let's see. Yep, they're waiting in the lines to do their second lap. I think we've got car number 44 up first. This is their first run for the day. They've got some very fast times out there to beat.
And the silent car out there, that's E25 Darmstadt. It looked as if it just hit the bottom, or it was bottomed up, or even a broken drive shaft. We don't know. It's going off track, so there has been a great technical problem here. So we'll just have to wait what happens here. The master's already waving the red flag, so that means that car number 44 that's still on track will probably definitely have to get a rerun here. But we'll just have to wait and see if the marshals will allow car 44 to pass without any yellow flags.
So Daniel, do you think if these drivers, for example Munich and Karlsruhe, who've been sat there trying to wait for their rerun, do you think if they do a driver change quickly, will that help them? Because will they've got enough heat in their tyres from the first run?
Well, we just saw that because there's still the order, the drivers are very, very careful towards the end. So I think the best strategy for these teams would just be to wait a bit, maybe let the other cars go and get rid of some of the oil on track so that they can actually brake later. But to be honest, that oil will always affect all teams now from now on, so we'll see a lot of cautious teams early in a break and probably won't be seeing as faster times towards the end of this autocross.
So Graz are back for their second run. They just got a time of 88.74 that they'll want to improve on this time round. It looks like they've had to cut their engine first of all. We're just waiting for car number 44 to go back to the start. They will get a rerun. And car number E25, who's being pushed off the track right now. We're going to send our intelligence officer out to find out what exactly happened there. And hopefully they will have some chance and be able to get a lap in. What do you think the chances are, intelligence officer, of car number E25 coming back out now?
I don't even know what broke, but at least you didn't hear the car dragging, so maybe suspension is still working. I don't know.
We'll find out for you and let you guys know later. So now we do have an engine. This is car number 59 have started up their engine again.
We've just experienced a typical Tio Graz problem. We've already seen it at the other dynamic events, and that's the clutch disengaging or not disengaging properly. They're trying to restart the engine, but they've already had a lot of that problem. Now that was a spectacular goal. Basically, it turned on the engine, was on the gas, and still had the first gears. It was shot off. That was quite dangerous, to be honest, but marshals let that one go. And here comes car 44 with their rerun now to stop of Darmstadt, who sadly are out of this autocross. I'm not sure if they can fix the car for tomorrow's endurance, but we'll see later on.
Yeah, so the dynamic area is just packed with cars waiting to get times in. I'm kind of wondering if they're all going to actually make it in time. We haven't got that long left for the number of cars out there to see what happened.
And coming out now is the electric team TU Munich. They've had quite a lot of difficulties later on. Seeing the skid pad, they always had power cuts and acceleration, they were crawling. And I already mentioned this as earlier, there have become problems with this car. It means that, I don't know what but it seems to have one after the other really have some bad luck here this weekend. Just let's hope the best that they can actually complete We'll see them at the finishing line, but now we've got TU Graz coming in.
So we just got a time for car number 59 from TU Graz. They got an 87.60, which is definitely an improvement from their first time. And I've just been informed about car number E25. Okay, so basically their drive shaft just popped out, which is a problem that they just need to get their car back, which is currently in the middle of the track. So hopefully there will be another break and they'll be able to do that, and maybe we'll be able to see them out again later.
And that was just car 44 that went over. That's car Sankt Augustin with a 95.5. That's a very good lap for their car. And next up is car number 19 from Italy, Roma. We'll see. The officials are still waiting for a green light for that car to be on stage, because I think the car we saw earlier, that was E4, the Technical University of Munich with the EB012. Like I already said, a lot of electric difficulties. I'm not seeing that car come down, so it looks like that car sadly is somewhere on the track behind the big Hockenheim track in the far end. So yeah, that really is some tough luck for TU Munich there.
So we've got the Americans up next. We've got car number 30 from Ohio State University. They're just waiting for the green flag. And they get it, and car number 30 are off. This is their first lap for the day. Starting to get a bit more crucial to get some times out there. Got car number E44 is at the front of the line, and car number 94 is also at the front of the line. I presume they're coming up next. They got second place in Autocross in Austria just a couple of weeks ago, apparently with this driver, so we're expecting a fast time from them.
So now we have the classic too late braking here from Italy, University of Rome, that's car number 19. Driver really angry about that, but now we got car 44, that's Sankt Augustin, maybe improving on that second lap. Well, let's have a look on that.
So the oil doesn't seem to be affecting the cars too much anymore. I think it was just the first couple of runs that were quite bad. So we've got car number 30, Ohio State. They're just coming down the final straight.
And coming across the finishing line is car number 30, Ohio State. Let's have a look. That's 97.84 seconds. Not too good here, but for the very first run, to be honest, and still room for improvement here. It's actually having some difficulty getting its first gear back in to go straight to its second road, but it's now up for its second run, so let's see how car number 30 can improve their last lap time.
So car number 30 going out for their second lap. Just admiring Yogi here. He's our green flag man for the day. He's doing an excellent job, wouldn't you say, Daniel?
Definitely, he's really very strict on these drivers, telling them exactly to stop and when to go. And now talking about three drivers, we've got the Italian driver here, 19, braking very hard and early, so not to make the same mistake as last time. And again braking very hard, nearly clipping a cone as he's going over. And what time has got? 92.74. Well, good 6 seconds better. So now we have car number 52 out. That's Moscow Mami.
And car number 344 crossed the line with a time of 97.56. Let's see if car number 30 can improve their time. They're just coming up to the horseshoe. Car number E44 have come right round for their second lap. We've got car number E25 being pushed off by their team members. So hopefully they will be able to fix their problem, and hopefully we will see them before the end of Autocross today. So we had a nice skid as car number 30 went flying across the line. They got their new fastest time of 89.98.
And we're now seeing that Darmstadt has managed to recollect their car, and they're back into the pit barrier.
We've got car number 94 out on track. As I was saying before, they've got their fast driver out there. They managed a second place in Austria a couple of weeks ago. Let's see if they can beat the time for RIT.
And Moscow just came in the last cone. They actually clipped a cone, so that's another 2-second penalty. Got 1:03.02, so that's their first run with the first driver. So let's see how they can improve on that. And they're actually going straight out again. So driver really anxious to improve that last lap time. And that's Hawks Racing Team on the far end. Oh, sorry, Esslingen. Car number 94 actually clipped a cone there. So that's definitely a 2 penalty. Going now through the slalom.
They are looking fast out there. They're excited to see what time they can get from this lap. So we just had E44 cross the line. Did they improve their time? They got a 93.98, so it doesn't look like they did, unfortunately. Okay, so car number 94 just about to cross the line. What time was that? Are they up there? 81.56, not bad. See if they can go get a faster time without any mistakes next time round.
Well, definitely that was his first run for the second driver. It was very aggressive, a very nice line. It was very early on the acceleration pedal, powering out to the corners, and very smooth and good transition through the corners. So I think we can see definitely some improvement, a lot of potential there. Eric has already been analysing a lot where he could maybe be a bit better and gain some couple of vital seconds. And here's Esslingen back out. Second lap from Moscow Miami, car 52 coming across the finishing line very early on the brakes again there. but they managed to prove about 6 seconds faster with the 97-second lap. Well done, Moscow here.
So it looks like it's going to be a fast lap for car number 94 from Esslingen. What do they get? They cross the line with a time of 77.86.
That's our fastest car, combustion car now on track, so RAT still second fastest here, so that's definitely a good lap time. Congratulations there to Essling, who've done a wonderful job and are currently first place on the endurance and the autocross, and first place in combustion at the moment. And now E26 at Stuttgart, the green racing team track. Sounds a bit squeaky.
The green racing team, I think you mean the green team.
Oh, it is racing that we have here, so racing has to be part of the name, really.
So, car number 106 are out on track. This is the UAS Hanover. They're about to give us some time for their first lap for the day. They look like a tiger out there. So, car number 53 from Paderborn, also looking fast out there. Unfortunately, they did hit 3 cones that will affect their time quite severely at the autocross. We're kind of excited to see what
It's definitely, I'm quite surprised to see him around already so early, so I think this definitely is a quick time up and down. And he's coming into the last stage, a little of a nice long smooth left and then right hand turns and then onto long straight, so we'll just have to keep an eye on those. So green team now nice accelerating down straight, very nice on the brakes, a bit wide on the chicane here and going through the finishing line. And let's have a look what they're getting there. That's Stuttgart with 83.74 seconds. Well, that's first lap time. I think they can actually manage under 80 seconds. And we've got Stuttgart ready for the second run now. So this is the electric car, just waiting from Yogi to get the green flag. They're having a slight, whether or not he's allowed to go out or not. So Yogi's having none of that. He's saying, yeah, until I say so.
Another British team out there, the University of Cambridge. They're just about to complete their first lap of autocross for the day. So apparently we've had a record number of cars getting through the technical inspection this year, so there's going to be a record number of cars on track today and tomorrow. So it's going to be a very long day, but I think it's going to be a very exciting day as well. So University of Cambridge managed to complete their first lap. And they're just waiting in line. Up first is car number E26.
Yeah, that's our green team, and they're still waiting. They're still waiting for something, not sure, but for cars to be recovered. That's still the electric E4 car somewhere out on track being recovered there. So we'll just have to be a bit patient until the green team can get back on track. and that's the green team coming out and down on track here. And we just had a quick count of how many teams track, and approximately over 550 teams were around, so just over half of all teams that are actually participating here in Hockenheim have already done at least one run here in the Autocross. And let's just patiently wait until Stuttgart finish their second lap here, because their first time was very fast, and that definitely will be very interesting later on when I update the current top 5 of the team electric teams and the combustion team racing cars here in Hockenheim.
So it looks like car number 106 unfortunately got a DNF. They're on the other side of the track now, so unfortunately we can't see what the problem is. I'm not sure if they're going to have time to fix it to come out again. So could everybody give them a round of applause? Car number 106, UAS Hanover. Thank you.
And Cambridge is still out there on track after Stuttgart. And now let's have a close look at Stuttgart as they cross the finish line. Locking up wheels there, and let's have a look. Stuttgart with an 80.89. Well, that's a very good there, and let's have a look. Stuttgart with an 80.89. Well, that's a very good time there for Stuttgart. So let's just have a quick update on the top 5. So let's see what our timing team has given us. Well, let's do the combustions first. Now we've got car number 94. Esslingen, as we already saw, with a 77.86. Now that's an extremely fast time. Then we've got 8.38 seconds. Then we have Michigan, car number 8, with 79.34 seconds. Fourth is TU Munich, and fifth University of Hartshire Hatfield. So those are the top 5 at the moment from the combustion team. So let's have a look at our electric teams. Currently, no surprise here, Delft with E1 are still the fastest with 78, but surprisingly, this is the first time I'm seeing that a combustion car is actually faster on track than an electric car, but we'll wait and see, because Delft has still got their second drive, another 2 runs to go, so maybe they can improve that time. So first Delft, second is ETH Zurich with E34, third is Karlsruhe E21, fourth is E11, that's GFR Ravensburg, and of course fifth is Stuttgart on the scene with 80.89 seconds. So that was the update of the top 5 from Team Electric and Team Combustion. And at the moment, I'm seeing car number 70, that Washington, with a double aero wing here, and let's wait and see what lap times they can do. And Washington's gone out over the finishing line, so let's have a look. Washington with an 82.64 seconds, that's very good, fast time. Need to improve though, get into the 80 seconds to be in the top 5. And they're straight out here again, so let's keep our fingers crossed and see if the second run is a bit faster, and maybe they can get even 5th position.
British car crossing the line, car number 43 from Brunel. They just got themselves the time of 97.79, and they're coming straight round for their next lap. We've also got and they crossed the line. Have they improved on that time? 82.79. So yeah, 4 seconds almost. And car number 43 are back on track for their second run. Are they going to improve their time this time round? to get under the 80 seconds to get a top 5 position. A little bit of a wheel lock there as they cross the finish line, and they get a time of 82.14. So they're pretty consistent there with their times. Car number 43 just reaching the saddle. And have they improved their time? They crossed the line with a time of 94.19. So that's a 3-second improvement. We've got about an hour left of Autocross today. There's still a lot of cars waiting to go. I see RIT at the front of the line. I think before then we've got car number 32 there, UAS Mannheim.
Next up is Mannheim. After that we have either Zwickau or RIT. After that was Monash. So we've got some very fast teams coming up in a couple of minutes.
So we've got the combustion team from Stuttgart coming up.
And now finishing is the Italian car 39 from Rome. Let's have a look at the finishing line.